Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show. We'll cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we'll give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And folks, we got a great show for y'all today, but before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel here. So, what happened yesterday? The Odd Couple was dropping a bunch of different shows. And one of these shows that they dropped was on the situation between LeBron James and the Lakers. We actually did a show about it just yesterday from a post that we reacted to on Instagram from Full Court Pass. And it said, the vibes between LeBron James and the Lakers have not been the best. The post went on to say, the vibes with the situation have not been the best, I'll say. So, again, I don't really want to go too much down that road. But, yeah, I mean, I thought there were times, just look at the huddle or look at the bench, that he wasn't as engaged as he typically is when he's out, right? And I think we did a show about this. No, we did do a show about this where I was just essentially saying that LeBron just looked so disinterested and disengaged from the team. He looked like he was pouting all throughout that game, and I'm not the only one that noticed that. A lot of people noticed it, right? Well, yesterday they were discussing this on The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and I think his name is Kelvin Washington, sorry. So they were talking about this, and the title of the show said, LeBron James seems off on the bench. Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington break it down. So I decided to kind of tune in to hear what these guys were talking about. And Rob Parker essentially echoed those sentiments that, look, he's unhappy with the Lakers because they didn't offer him a contract extension. So for those of you who didn't hear what Rob had to say on this matter, take a listen to him here, and then we're going to come back and continue on. Take a listen to Rob Parker.
Something seemed a little off.
There's nothing off. This is LeBron, who understands that his time has come and gone in Los Angeles, that he's not a main focal point, that they didn't even offer him, hey, an extension, and then let you turn it down or what. No, that was no contract offered on the table. This is it. You playing it out, you're picking up your option, and then that's it. We're done after that. Players are coming in. Ayton came in. LeBron's haven't even talked to him. You know why? Because they didn't call him and say, LeBron, what do you think about? No, that was a Luka pick, right? That was a Luka. Luka wanted him or whatever. So LeBron's not dumb. He understands what's happening. And slowly but surely, the Lakers are moving forward without him. This is what happens when you stick around too long and you think you're going to have the same clout. You never have the same clout the whole time. Nobody, unless you play a shorter period of time, gets to run the routes, the whole time, especially if you overstay. Most guys LeBron came through the league with, they're long gone. They're all long gone. LeBron's still playing 5, 7 years after other people. You know what I mean? That's a long time after the fact. So he knows what's going on. That's why he's disengaged. It's not by happenstance.
No, that's why I said everything he does is intentional.
Great. So you heard what Rob had to say there. What are my thoughts about this? I think Rob is saying what we've been saying here, and it's quite obvious. I believe, this is just my take on it, I believe that LeBron wanted to retire a Laker. But he didn't want to retire when they wanted him to go. He wanted to retire on his own terms. And I believe LeBron was going to play for an additional maybe 2 or 3 years, right? I thought it would have made sense for him to retire this year, but apparently he had other plans. We've also heard the stories about him building his dream home in Los Angeles. So LeBron James is firmly planted in LA. So the last thing LeBron would have found himself doing is going to go play in another city for another team. That would have been the last thing. But what happened was the Lakers gave him an ultimatum by not offering him an extension. So they told him, look, you have 1 year left on your deal. He picked up his $52.6 million option, but we're not going to extend you any further. And that put him in a position where he's like, well, I'm not ready to retire now, but these guys have screwed up my plans. Right? They really messed me up. And in his mind, he's probably looking at it from the standpoint of, look, I just made an all-second NBA team last year. So, I mean, I'm an all NBA caliber player, even at my advanced age. So what's the deal? But the Lakers are probably looking at it like, look, we're ready to move on. We're just ready to move on, and it's a decision that's within their right to make. And I think that that's where the fracture started. So given the fact that the Lakers made it clear that, look, we're not willing to continue on with this partnership, then he made it clear to them that, okay, if you guys are not interested in continuing this relationship with me, then I'm just not going to give it my all. And then what ended up happening was we got to training camp. And then he missed the first day of training camp. Then we saw him on Kai Cenat's show. Then we heard he was going to miss the entire training camp. Then we heard he was going to miss the entire preseason. Then we heard he was going to be out for the first 2 to 3 weeks of the season. Then we're hearing he's not going to be back until mid-November. And we're like, well, what is going on here? And some people are speculating that LeBron just said, I'm done with these guys. And let me say this. His fan base is done with the Lakers. All right, don't get it twisted. LeBron fans are not fans of the Lakers, because they feel like their best player, or their favorite player rather, is being maltreated. They're not treating him well, mistreated. And they're like, the hell with him. You don't need to play. So essentially, where things stand is this right now. LeBron fans are hoping that the Lakers lose, if possible, every single game that he doesn't play. All to make the point that, you needed him. Right? You needed him. Now, what's my take on this in terms of that line of thinking? Look, you need good players to win games, right? You do need somebody. So to make it seem like, if they don't have LeBron, they can't win. Bro, if they could go get somebody else too and maybe find a way, and that guy would be serviceable. But they're making it seem like it's only LeBron James that can come and save the day. And I'm like, wait a minute. The last time they had LeBron James, they lost in round 1 with Luka. Then they had him with AD, and they lost in round 1. Was it round 1? No, they got bounced out. They lost again in the playoff. I think they lost in round 1. And then, round 1, 2 years in a row, I believe, if my memory serves me right. So they've lost with him and AD, with him and Luka Doncic, if my memory serves me right there. So this point that they're trying to make is like, you guys are acting like as if when they had him, they were in the finals. And that's not the case. But essentially, this is where they are. And I believe that he is unhappy. Hence the reason you saw the post of him sharing the post with the Clippers and all of that. I think this is him sending the team a message. So this is where we are. And as I said earlier this summer, I said I have a feeling that LeBron James may not go quietly. I said this. He may not go quietly. And as you guys are seeing right now, there's going to be drama all the way to his departure. And I think ultimately what's going to end up happening is that he's going to leave. Laker fans are going to be singing Kumbaya on his way out. And then that's going to be the end of it. Right? And then he'll probably go play somewhere else. And let me say this. Don't rule it out that LeBron plays with the Clippers. I know it sounds crazy. Don't rule it out that LeBron James plays with the Clippers. And the reason I'm saying that is this. I think he doesn't want to leave LA. So if you don't want to leave LA, you could still stay in LA and play with the Clippers. Don't rule it out. That's my take on it. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you on the next show. I'm out. Peace.